Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I realize it's not very creative or innovative of me to just keep doing videos where I'm just sitting here talking to you like this, but I'm using all of my mental creative energy into shooting Halloween videos, so you're just going to have to put up with this for a little while. Last week's video, where I told you the Halloween hunting wasn't going very well, I told you that the Spirit Halloween by me wasn't open yet, that Michael's didn't have anything Halloween, or I don't think they had anything Halloween yet at that point. No, they might have had Halloween, but they didn't have anything I wanted. And it was a whole thing. Well, the day that video went live, the Spirit Halloween that I wanted opened, and I went and I actually bought, it was very interesting because this Spirit Halloween is it's got a bigger footprint than my other Spirit Halloween, and so therefore they're able to make the aisles a little bit wider, so it's definitely more motorized wheelchair friendly, whereas in the other Spirit Halloween, my friend Alyssa uses my manual chair, and she's definitely trying to push me through it, and it's definitely difficult. So this one's a lot nicer. I'm gonna show you the dress that I bought because I've never seen it on the Spirit Halloween website. I've never seen it in any other stores before. It's very cute, and I bought it for everyday wear. And I bought a tray at the other Spirit Halloween the last time that I forgot to show you. Let me grab it. Look at this tray. Isn't it cute? I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but it's just a little moon phase thing, and then it's got the astrological signs in it. Isn't it cute? It was $12, I think. I ripped off the price tag, but $12? Cute. And then, let me grab that dress. So they call it the Spooky Collar dress, and it's got a purple collar, and the pattern on the dress is coffins and spider webs and brooms. I probably could have fit a medium, but I bought a large just in case. They only had, I wasn't going to buy it because it was $40. But they only had two. And like I said, I've never seen it before, so it made myself nervous. So this is the dress. Look how freaking cute it is. I can't wait to wear this, all year round. And one of my favorite things about it is, technically, yes, there are jack-o'-lanterns on it, but because they're not orange, it doesn't scream Halloween. It's just kind of witchy. So, it's really freaking cute. And you know what? It has a little bit of... This is, crazy good quality compared to what I was expecting. Yeah, so this is the dress that I bought. It was so silly because I bought this dress, and then I put it in my little backpack, and then I went to the movies by myself and saw Candyman. It was a showing at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I was the only one in the theater for the longest time. It was amazing. Eventually, these two guys, who seemed a little bit older than me, showed up to see the movie as well, and they sat in the very top corner of the theater. So that was it. There was the three of us in the theater. What's my review of the new Candyman movie? It's good. I didn't know if it was going to be a remake or a sequel or whatever. You definitely have to have seen that original Candyman movie to really get this one, because it's sort of like a sequel to that original one. So it is good. I do like it. My only complaint about the entire movie, it was a very good movie, but it almost felt like there was a scene missing, because we had this good pacing, it's going well, and then all of a sudden we're at the climax in the movie, and then the movie ends. It almost felt like there was a transitional scene missing. She's looking for her boyfriend, and then all of a sudden we're in the church and shit's going down. I don't know, it felt like a weird jump. I don't know. But it was still good. It was, visually beautiful. Anything that Jordan Peele produces, I think I'm going to trust, because, I know he didn't direct this, he produced it, but I trust his input, and it was great. It was beautiful, and it was, a really good conversation about the treatment. What's on my camera lens? Anyway, it was a really good sort of conversation about the treatment of Black people and the gentrification of their communities and that sort of thing, while also, of course, being a horror movie and the story of Candyman. And it was very interesting. I definitely recommend it. I definitely don't regret seeing it, but that sort of the jump in the middle, I thought it was a little weird. But yeah, so I bought that. I got one thing from my Michael's wish list. It is this cauldron. Now, this plant does not perfectly fit in here, which is unfortunate. But it really do be like that sometimes. It's a little wet on the bottom. I wonder if something else spilled or something. But I still like it together. Maybe I'll put this plant that's inside in a different pot at some point so that it fits better. But I love this pot. Shout out to my sister for have them on my back. So the only other thing that I really still want is the Witch's Lair sign. So I'm keeping that tab open. It says not sold at my store. So I don't even know that they're ever going to get it. But as soon as it's back in stock online, I'm buying it. And you know what? The Halloween stuff at Michael's was actually buy one, get one free. So they didn't really have anything else that I really wanted. So I bought this as my free thing. Cooking Up Magic. How cute is this? This will look cute in a kitchen someday. Goes with my kitchen witch stuff. But yeah, they like everything else that they had, I wasn't super into, so I picked that as my free thing. What else is new? Roger isn't doing well. He's fine. So Roger has a very graphic do I show you a picture or do I not show you a picture? Wound on his tail. So here's the thing, it almost looks like something munched on him, but there's nothing in there to munch on him. So here's what I think happened. The last time he shed, he did have kind of a bad shed. And there was, like, pieces of skin stuck to his tail. I tried to get them off. I tried to soak him. He freaked out. He did not like that, so I didn't bother. I just figured they'd come off with the next shed. But there's one part in particular where, you know, the piece was, like, really stuck. And I'm almost wondering if when he shed again, he tried to pull it off, but he pulled too hard, and he pulled, like, a chunk of skin off. Because that's the only thing that I can imagine happening. Because other than that, like, he's been in his tank. You know, I've had it set up like that for forever and nothing's ever happened. There's no other creatures in there unless he, like, sat in one spot for 3 weeks and the isopods munched on him. But yeah, there's, like, almost like a chunk missing out of the side of his tail. And I'm cleaning it every day with betadine. Betadine? Is that how you say it? Diluted in water with a little Q-tip. I was starting with just the Q-tip, and now I've just started, because it's at the end of his tail, just dunking it in. The benefit is it is just his tail, so if he decides to kick his tail off at some point in this process, I mean, he'll be okay. It won't grow back, but he'll live. But it's just so weird to me that he has this, like, absolutely gargantuan gash on his tail, and I have, like, absolutely no real reason for it. Like, nothing happened. It looks like something got him, but there's nothing in there to get him. There wasn't even a cricket in there. I bought him crickets, but now I think I'm just gonna let them go outside, because I don't want to give anything the opportunity to munch on him while he's healing, you know? So, that's what I think I'm going to do. He also, wasn't eating for a while there at the beginning of him starting to heal, which is not good, right? You should be eating. So last night I kind of bullied him into eating a little bit. Like, I kind of shoved some of the mush food into his face, and then he ate it, and then he ate a fair amount on his own. So I think he was just, like, maybe not feeling very well, didn't want to eat, but then once I reminded him, like, how tasty food is, he was like, so he's okay. Like, he's active, he's walking around, he's doing good, but he's got this big chunk on his tail hanging off. And I can't rip it off because it's still too attached. So I'm just gonna, like, let it live there until it eventually falls off on its own. Or he kicks his whole tail off, which I hope he doesn't, because I really, really want him to keep his tail. But if he decides to kick his tail off, at least, you know, that wound will be gone. But like I said, like, it doesn't look infected to me. The first day that I noticed it was really red and really swollen, and then after that it's kind of started to look like it's, like, callousing over a little bit, and it's not swollen. And so he's definitely doing better than he was, but that's been, like, occupying most of my time these days, is, like, doing my actual job, so not this, and cleaning Roger's tail. I have gotten almost all of the videos, Halloween videos, that I pre-shot edited. So now I have a couple left that I still have to shoot, but I feel better than I did a week ago, because a week ago I don't think I had any of those Halloween videos that I already shot edited, and I've been shooting them since, like, July, and I hadn't edited any of them. Like, I was really falling behind. But last weekend, not that you care about this, I had a 3-day weekend, and so I just absolutely filed through them. I did the 2 that I knew would be painful first, and then after that, we just went, you know, just going through them. So what I'm going to do right now is I think I'm going to go set up the crickets and, like, let them go. They're just crickets. It's not like it's bad for the environment to just let them go outside, and there's probably only, like, 2 left. But yeah, that's what's going on over here. That's all I got. Oh, wait, I wanted to tell you, I know you can see it on my skin over here, but I redyed the black in my hair by myself for the first time in a very long time. And I'm very proud of myself, because I didn't get any in the blonde. My friend Katie is getting married this weekend, and I wanted to, like, not have roots, even though, like, when your hair is light and your hair is black, you know what I mean? Like, the roots aren't so bad, but I wanted to have nice hair for her wedding, and I redid it. We're good. But yeah, now I'm done. Alright, Canada, happy election day. I wanted this video to go up. Actually, I wanted to do a video for the Met Gala last week, but I just totally missed it and I ran out of time. And Katie, my friend who cosplays Sailor Moon and I cosplay Sailor Mars, right? She got married this last weekend, so between that and today being the election, and I work at news, so it's a bigger deal for my job than it is for a lot of other people's. I've just been so busy. Fortunately, I'm better off with my Halloween content than I was probably about a week ago at this time. And there was one makeup kit that I really wanted from Spirit Halloween, but mine didn't have it in stock. They still don't, neither one of them. And I felt stupid doing an order for one makeup kit, but then they just released another kit that I want to review, so I feel better ordering 2 kits rather than just one, right? So that's what I did. Alyssa and I went to the mall last week on Friday, and I bought one thing from Claire's. Now, I know usually I say, Claire's has their Halloween stuff, and everyone's like, Abby, you're 26, Claire's is for kids. You're right, but sometimes they get random, really cute accessory stuff. So this is actually a notebook. Look at it. Book of Spells, Hexes and Charms for Modern Witches. And it's like literally just a lined paper notebook. And I really don't like this pen. I think it's kind of ugly. Like, I just don't like these pens with the big jewels on the top, so I'll probably switch it out for just like a more normal looking pen. But this I thought was so cute, and it's the perfect size to put in my purse for when I go on like work things. You know what I mean? So I really, really am glad I bought that. And I also bought little earrings. Where are they? Oh, there they are. I don't even wear earrings very often. I have my ears pierced, but I never put things in them. But these are little crystal balls. Look at them. Aren't they cute? So that's really all I bought. So yeah, tonight is the election, and I'm working tonight, so I start working about half an hour, and then all night pretty much. Tomorrow, I'm going to try my best to take you with me because I do have to take Roger to the vet. Now, I think in the last clip in this video, I told you that he had some issue with his tail. It's like almost like a big chunk of it on the side was trying to come off. That chunk did eventually come off, I think. I don't know, but it's almost like more pieces are trying to come off now. Like, it's almost like the end of his tail is opening up like a flower, and there's like petals coming off. And it's not skin. Like, I know what a reptile looks like when it's shedding. I hope when I go to take him to the vet tomorrow and I'm explaining it to them before they see him, they don't just think I'm stupid and I don't know what a shed looks like. It's not a shed. It's way thicker than that. There's like layers of fat and that sort of thing. I have photos, but I'm hesitant to show you because they are a little graphic. So that's where I have the appointment at 1 tomorrow. I'm going to try to get my younger sister to come with me, but if she doesn't want to, I'll have to just go by myself. I've run out of able-bodied people to take me there because Alyssa's working, my mom's working, Sam can't pick me up because she's still recovering from surgery. Like, so I'm going to have to take the city bus there with a gecko. I do have his little carrying case that I made. I don't know if you remember that, but I bought a little Tupperware container from the dollar store, and I cut a patch out of the top, and I put mesh there, like when I first got him. So that'll be his carrying container, and I'm hoping nothing bad happens. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking Roger to the vet tomorrow. There's only like one singular vet locally that will take exotics. It's not my normal vet. I called this morning, and I talked to, I don't know if it was a receptionist. I get the vibe that it wasn't a receptionist, that it was a doctor or someone maybe. They weren't very personable, is all I can tell you. Like, they weren't my favorite human. Like, something's wrong with the gecko's tail? And I was like, yeah, there's like chunks falling off. And saying that, I feel like he probably thinks I'm in a shed and I'm just an idiot, but I'm not an idiot. It's way worse than that. So he tried to get me in for 1:45 today, but I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to make it there and then back in time to start work, and we have like a Zoom meeting right at the beginning, and I mean, I can't see it's been a couple of weeks now since this tail thing started, so I can't see it changing much between today and tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be taking the city bus to go there. This is awful, but I'm debating whether or not, like, do I take an extra city bus on the way home to go to Starbucks? Like, I'll have Roger with me. Like, maybe I should just get him home as fast as I can. And my mom suggested booking a ride, like a taxi ride there or back. But I don't know how expensive. Like, I can imagine exotic vets, because their specialty would be even more expensive than cat and dog vets, right? But like when Lena goes to the vet for just a checkup, it's like $100. So how expensive is Roger's vet bill gonna be? I don't know. I really wish I had an able-bodied person to take me. Mainly so that we could go to Starbucks after. But I don't. I ran out. I only have so many able-bodied people to pick from. My biggest fear, I don't know how this could happen, but my anxiety just creeps out is that I lose him. Like, somehow this container that I know is great and closes perfectly and nothing bad's gonna happen, somehow it's gonna open and something bad's gonna happen. He's gonna run away and I'll never see him again. That is not going to happen, but that is what my brain does. And anyway, before you ask, I did check, and this bed office does look accessible from what I can see on Google Street View. Like, there might be a little bit of a bump to get in, but nothing this chair shouldn't be able to handle. No bigger than, like, the bump in the middle of my house. Anyway, I am stressed about it. I might be more stressed about taking Roger to the vet than I am about the election. Look at how nice my skin is. That's why I don't wear face makeup anymore, because I finally fixed my skin. I don't know, I'm just blathering on now, so I'm gonna shut the camera off. I'll come back to you when we have updates. Happy post-election day, Canada. Not a whole lot changed, which honestly I think is for the best, because no change is better than bad change, right? That's how I feel better. A lot of people are like, what was the point of this election? I'm like, listen, at least nothing bad happened. I feel kind of bad, though, because Roger has no idea that he's going to the vet soon. I'm really tempted to bug him, but he's sitting on the heat mat, which makes him really easy to grab, and I'm going to put him in his little container. Whenever my sister, who is taking me to the vet, says she's on her way, then I'm going to take Roger out and put him in the carrier. I'm wearing my crested gecko shirt, so that they know I'm really legit. I had to take allergy pills this morning. I didn't get very much sleep last night, and I'm wondering, sometimes I say things and I feel like they sound stupid, but to me they sound like they make sense. Every time I stay up too late, and I mean like way too late, like I should not be up that late, which doesn't happen very often. I don't usually do that. But because last night was election coverage, I ended up staying up till about 3, and then I got up at about 8 this morning. And of course, that's like not exact times, but about there. I woke up this morning, and like not only was I like a little bit groggy, but my allergies were out of control. So I had to take allergy pills, which means even though I'm awake right now, I feel really groggy. And I thought I wasn't. I thought I was fighting through it. I was lying to myself. But I just tried to put a pair of shorts on as a shirt. So that's how I know I'm not doing very well. When I first got this little container for Roger, he was so small in it.
Is he too big for it?
He's not too big for it, but he's big. I have a photo somewhere of me giving him a mealworm in here. Spoiler alert, he never ate it. Yeah. But he was so small.
He was probably scared of it knowing him.
Probably. So we took Roger to the vet. The vet was a very nice guy. I was worried because I had spoken to him on the phone and he was kind of curt, very short, but no. Terrible for first impression, but absolutely great guy. Complimented my little carrier. He even took out the stethoscope and listened to Roger's heart, which I thought was so cute. Weighed him, did everything. He was like, is there anything in Roger's tank that he could have burnt it on? I really don't think so. I mean, he meant on the outside. I'll double check it, but I don't think it malfunctioned. So we're thinking maybe he scraped it on something, but I don't know. I still feel like my bad shed, and he ripped it off too hard. Method, or idea rather, might be likely. I don't know. But regardless, the point is still the same. He thinks that the tissue at the end of Roger's tail is necrotic at this point. And so where Roger is right now is he is in surgery, getting the end of his tail amputated. Yeah, my gecko is in surgery, getting the end of his tail amputated right now. Can't say I ever thought that would happen. Although it doesn't make sense. I mean, the way it's like gone doesn't look like it would ever heal on its own at this point. It might have originally, but not anymore. So amputation makes sense, which is also kind of annoying because I kind of wish he just would have kicked his tail off. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and when you adopt an animal, you make the promise to make sure that they see veterinary care when they need it, and you just pay for it. Like, that's part of owning an animal. So that's where he is right now. He's in surgery. So last night was Roger's food night, and as you can tell, he decided the best method was to just make an absolute freaking mess. I can't actually tell if he ate anything. Look at his little footprint. So I'm going to take him out and clean off his paws, hands, I don't know, and obviously put his medicine on his tail. So this is going to be a little more work than usual. But yeah, this is his quarantine container. I'm not going to put him back in there until he's all healed, just in case. Not that I really think that tank did anything. But just to be safe. Look at this mess. Oh boy. I re-bleached my roots, and I actually did a really good job. Tonight I'll tone it, but tone that much probably. But overall, I guess I watched so many hair hair fail videos, I should specify, that I'm always prepared for like things that I do with my hair to not work out. It actually worked out just fine. Okay, so Roger went to bed on Tuesday. Today is Thursday. This is his temporary quarantine tub because he can't go back in the tank. I gotta keep him clean. I have to put the medicine on him. I always have a heck of a time getting that open. Okay. He is so annoyed because I've been handling him so much over the last couple of days. Like, more than normal. Just gotta put the little Flamazine cream on his wound. I know it hurts. I'm sorry. Okay, you can go back in here now. Okay. Nope, you want to stay on my hand? No. You get your butt back in there. Climb back onto my hand. Roger, you're supposed to stay in your little house. You didn't have to jump. I was holding you right over it. So Roger stays out here during the day on my little card table here. And then at night I put his little quarantine tank behind his tank so that the cats can't knock this over. Honestly, I'm not even particularly worried about the cats knocking it over, but it's just better safe than sorry. I mean, we had a mouse loose in the house once, and my cat Lena, she didn't even pay attention to it. She didn't even care. And the other cat Heather, all she did was pick it up and bring it to my younger sister. She didn't hurt it or anything. So I'm not too worried about them, but like I said, better safe than sorry. So he stays out here with me, and I put the medicine on 3 times a day like I'm supposed to. I have ultimately decided to show you the photos so that you have sort of a timeline of how this happened. So if you're a little bit squeamish, maybe close your eyes or click away from the video now or something. But I'm going to take you through some of the photos I have. So the first photo I took of his tail being messed up was September 9th. And that's actually when I happened to get a little video of it. So the weirdest thing here is that that night before, it looked fine. Nothing had happened to it. And then the next morning it looked like this. Like something, like I said, like something chomped on it. I started doing the betadine diluted with water on a Q-tip, cleaning it multiple times a day. And obviously it just never got better. So then the next photo that I have for you is on September 10th. It looked very much the same, but that side piece on that right side there started to peel back. So I thought that was like good tissue and it was going to heal. It did not. Then I have a photo on September 11th when that side piece did peel back and it started falling off. Now this is how his tail looked for a couple of days with that big piece hanging off. It wasn't just loose skin. It had way more layers than that. I couldn't pull it off. I didn't try very hard, to be honest with you, but because I didn't want to like scare him, but it was loose. And that's how he hung out in his tank for a couple of days with that big piece loose there. And I just kept disinfecting it and then nothing happened. The next photo is from September 14th when I thought it was maybe healing. Turns out it was not, but things started to look even sort of more chunky and gross. This is sort of when I think the necrosis was really starting to set in. I have a photo from September 15th when everything was starting to get dark, which I thought maybe was a sign of healing. Now I know is not a sign of healing, not in this case. And then the last photo I have for you is on September 19th when on that left side, a big piece started to try to peel off. So that was on the other side. So that big piece that was hanging off originally on the right side was off, and the left side was now peeling, and that's when I knew he had to go to the vet, and that's when I called. And that's when I called on the Monday, I guess, so the 20th, and got him in for the Tuesday. And that tissue, like around where it was open, like it just didn't look good. I feel like there's a little spot there where I can potentially see bone, and that's, I knew at that point that something had to be done. It does make me sad because crested geckos have semi-prehensile tails, so they can use them as like another hand. And on the end of his tail was this little pad that was the same sort of hairs, I guess you could say, as he has on his hands and his feet, and that's how he holds on to the glass, right? It's like a reverse friction situation. And now that pad is gone. So even though he still has a tail, it doesn't have the little grippy pad that it used to have, so it probably couldn't save him. So strange to me. Crested geckos are known for just shooting their tail off for no reason. Something big happens in another part of the room. I watch a bunch of YouTubers who have crested geckos, and Emma Lynn Sampson, she dropped a tripod in the same room that her crested gecko was in once, and it kicked off its tail. Trisha from Reptilian Garden, she doesn't even know why her crested gecko kicked off its tail. Her theory is that it was trying to fit into a small space and couldn't fit with the tail. Exotic just got a baby crested gecko not too long ago, and it kicked off its tail like almost immediately. And then I get a crested gecko, and instead of kicking off its tail, gets a wound that then gets necrotic, and I have to pay for it to get amputated instead of him just kicking it off. But I will say, if you're in Niagara and you need an exotic vet, Carlton Animal Hospital was fantastic. The guy was so nice. He did a little stethoscope on Roger, which I thought was funny because it was like his whole body size. He weighed him. He did like a whole examination and took Roger right to the back to prep him for surgery, like right then and there. Which also tells me that was probably maybe even more serious than I thought, because he had to go back right away for surgery and they didn't book me for a different day or something. So Carlton Animal Hospital, great place. They don't seem to have social media, or else I would tag them in a post, but you know, whatever. But yeah, this vlog didn't go the way I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be another Halloween hunting / Halloween haul. But it ended up mainly being about taking my crested gecko to the emergency vet. It really do be like that sometimes, you know? It's fine. As long as he's okay, we're okay, you know? But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. And I will see you next time. Bye!